Don't move to the greater Philadelphia area unless you like dealing with all kinds of weather. We are in a very temperate climate here, and we see temperatures in the greater Philadelphia area on average range from 26 to 87 degrees throughout the 12-month calendar year. So there's gonna be some people that watch this video and say, I like the seasons, I like having winter, I like having summer, fall, spring. And then there's other people that only want it to be warm year round. So this may not be the right city and the right metro area for you, because whether you're in Chester County, Delaware County, Montgomery County, Bucks, Philadelphia, you're down the shore, you're getting all the seasons here no matter what. And you know that's a pretty wide range. When you look at 26 to 87 degrees, I mean, you're going from below freezing to really muggy, really hot weather. So there's a total spectrum of the weather that you get here. And the first thing that people tend to overlook in the greater Philadelphia area is the humidity. Because you hear those stories of, oh, it's 100 degrees here in Las Vegas, but it's a dry heat. We don't have dry heat in the greater Philadelphia area. The greater Philadelphia area is full of humidity. And if you look at the time of year when it's the hottest, the humidity ranges from April all the way up until September. And there's even gonna be some days in October and some outliers, or even in March, where it gets really hot, really humid, and you walk outside and start sweating immediately. So the humidity is very real here. And even in the peak heat seasons, which are July is the hottest month of the year, August and June are right there, it's a 58% chance that you're gonna be dealing with really muggy, hot, humidity, sticky weather, and people kind of underestimate that. I wear a jacket to work every day. It is tough wearing a suit and tie in that muggy weather. Now the flip side is, in the wintertime, you're gonna get some cold days. So to give you an idea of where the temperatures average, the average temperature on the highs and lows in January, the average low is 26, the average high is 40 degrees. In December, it's 36 degrees is the average low, 49 is the average high. And you kind of see that same range again in March. And then we get into the average lows and highs of May, 59 degrees, high 77. July, low of 70, high of 87. So we're seeing this real extreme swing here of what happens with temperatures. So the average temperature during a few months of the year, I mean, you're typically in this like hot times during the summer, cooler times during the winter, and fall and spring tend to be kind of cloudy and overcast, which may seem a little upsetting to some people. That's just the way it is. So we've got a wide range of weather here. And when you look at the actual precipitation and the snow, we only average 1 to 2 days a month during the winter of seeing any sort of like snowy mixture. This past year, we didn't get anything. There's been other years we've gotten dumped on, so obviously with snow and ice and all those sort of things. So there is a range here, and it can be kind of seasonal. If you could get a bad winter or a good winter. Knowing all of that, we also get a lot of rain and a lot of precipitation. So in February, we average 2.1 inches of rain. In July and June and September, it's between 3.5 to 4 inches. November and April, we see about 3 to 4 inches of rain as well. 3.6, 3.4 is the average in April and November respectively. So we do get a lot of precipitation. So again, if you're used to one of these dry climates where you don't get any precipitation, this is not the right place for you, because we get a real spring, we get a real fall, we get a real winter, and we get a real summer. And when you look at the amount of time per week, we typically average in January, it's 4.6 days out of the month. In February, it's 4.4 days. March, it jumps up to 7. April, it's 8. May is 10. June is 10. July's 11. August is 10. September 8. October 7. November 7. December 6. So you're getting 1 to 2 days a week, sometimes even 3, of rain that's happening on a regular basis. So you've got to be okay with maybe getting a rain jacket on, having a winter coat. You've got to have various outerwear in the greater Philadelphia area, no matter where you are, because we do get rain and precipitation frequently because we're a temperate climate. And this is not going to work for a lot of people. Some people want to go outside and have a run every day. You're going to be running in the rain here if that's the case. It's going to be cold out for some of these runs. So the good news here is with all this precipitation, the winter precipitation, because the temperature doesn't get super cold. You go a little further north, you're dealing with much lower temperatures. You're not seeing a ton of snow, which can really be a pain. It shuts everything down. PennDOT, the local transportation agency, they do a really good job of clearing the roadways. They mobilize quickly here. They salt the roads, they plow. So you're gonna be able to get around pretty easily. A lot of people tend to freak out when it snows and forget how to drive. Don't worry about that. The roads will be cleared. The local infrastructure is well versed and has a great plan to clear any sort of snow that comes in, but you're gonna be dealing with that every once in a while when you live here. Really where it gets tough is the cold temperatures, because in the winter, January, February are gonna be very cold. There's no question about it. That's when you're in the 20s most of the time. We've even seen some single digit years where it's 4, 5, 6 days where it is brutally cold in the local area. So you get the whole spectrum, right? And what we find is a lot of people, they want to take vacations June, July, August, September, and they go down the Jersey Shore. It's only an hour and a half, 2 hours away. They go down to Ocean City, Maryland. They go down to the Delaware beaches. So there is an escape from the hot weather during the summer where you can go local. There's a lot of mountain ranges you can go to as well, the Poconos. A lot of great places to go if you want to get into a more warm weather friendly destination vacation town that are driving distance, very easy to access. Most people, they go down the shore for a week or two for vacation around here, whether it's Delaware, Maryland, or New Jersey. So there's that bonus during that muggy hot season. The flip side is during the winter, there's a lot of great skiing mountains up in the Poconos. You have Camelback, Jack Frost, Big Boulder. There's even some smaller mountains that are local out in Schwenksville and some other places. So there's places to go enjoy the weather when you get the hot weather and you get the snow. And that's one of the advantages of living here. There's a lot of destinations. These are all within a couple hours. The Pocono Mountains are not far, and again, the shore points are not far either. So the last thing to think about here is daylight and cloud coverage. So if you look at the average amount of daylight that we get, and this can get a little depressing in December, one of the reasons not to move here. In December, we only average 9.4 hours a day of daylight, where it gets dark around 4:30, 4:40. That's the average time. And that's actually December 7th is typically the day we see the shortest day. The flip side is, during the summer months, we have 15 hours of sunlight in June, 14.7 in July, 13.7 in August, 14.4 in May. So that April really to September window, and you could even group March in there, March to September, you're seeing 12 to 15 hours of sunlight, which is awesome. And then the numbers start to go down as you get into the winter and the fall months. So if sunlight is something that's important to you, just be mindful that it's going to be a little tough during those fall and winter months. And we do get a lot of cloud coverage here as well because of all the precipitation, and that has to do with a lot of the rainfall that we see as well. So there's a lot of great weather here if you like having all the seasons. If you don't like rain, you don't like snow, you don't like cold weather, this is not going to be the right place for you. Or if you don't like that really hot, muggy heat, this is also going to be a little tough place to live. The weather, to me, is pretty great, having that full seasonal flow where you can have different wardrobes. You get to wear sweaters, hoodies, jeans. You can also wear shorts, tank tops, all that stuff. We've got it all here. The question is that going to be for everybody?